Hello and welcome. My name is Lucia. This is a short morning yoga flow. Please subscribe to get notified of my latest videos and follow me on social media lucia.yoflow. So just come into your mat and sit in a comfortable position, maybe cross-legged or maybe on your heels, and just start to connect with your body. Bring your left hand into your heart and your right hand into your lower belly. And just breathe. Constricting the back of the throat so the air comes from a narrow passage. Just breathing, relaxing. Releasing the hands to your knees, stacking the chin, and then lifting the chin. Gently bring your head to your right and then left as you breathe out. And if you want, let's have some rotation. Breathing in as you breathe out, let the head go through the back, and then invert it, breathing in and breathing out. Breathe in, look to your right side, and breathe out, look to your left. Breathe the arms up and release your hands to the back, interlock the fingers and a lovely shoulder stretch here, lifting the chest, bringing the head to the back a bit, interlocking the fingers at the front, palms away from you, tucking the chin to the chest, and releasing the arms parallel to the floor, pointing the fingers down and up, down, and then a little bit of rotation here in one direction and then the other, and maybe through the elbows the same, and reversing. Breathe in, hands together, and let's come to a side bend to your right, creating space in between your waist. Breathing out, let's come to the left, lengthening from the crown of the head. Breathe in again to the right, maybe if you want to come a little bit deeper, feeling the lovely stretch on the side of the body. And again, maybe bending the elbow and windmilling the arms to the other side. Let's have some shoulder release here, breathing the shoulders to the back, rotating, and then inverting, rotating the shoulders to the front. Rubbing the palms of the hands and your thighs, a little bit of a yawn if you need to, and just keep generating that heat. And then leaning forward, so you're anterior, tilting the pelvis, and then reversing. Bringing a little bit movement here to our spine with some rotations too, from one side to the other, breathing in and breathing out. And then through the back, full circle in one direction, and reversing. Breathing out as you come through the back, breathing in as you come through the front. Grab your knees and turn round so you can come into a tabletop, but then bring your knees closer to the edges of the mat, shoulders on top of your wrists, and let's just bring the hips from one side to the other, just waking up all hips. How does this feel? Maybe if you want to make it a little bit more intense, looking over your shoulder in one direction then the other. Breathing in and breathing out. Now bring your right hand in your middle line. Bring your left hand all the way up to the ceiling. the same plane of motion as the lower arm, and then thread it through the needle. Keep the hips on top of the knees and just relax in your twist and change sides. Breathing in, extending your right hand, going through the needle, breathing out, twisting. As you breathe in, return to a tabletop, shoulders on top of the wrists, hips on top of the knees, and just move a little bit forwards and backwards. So you're creating a little bit of shoulder load here, bringing the shoulders way over the wrists. If it's too much, don't go so further to the front, and then bringing the butt close to the heels. So tucking the toes at the back. And just some more freestyle movement here from one side to the other. Just really trying to wake up our spine and our body. Maybe some circular movements in one direction and the other. So distributing well the weight in your hands, through your fingers and the knuckles of the fingers. And if at any time it feels uncomfortable with your wrists, just don't go so deep. Now turn the fingers pointing towards your knees, and let's feel a lovely stretch here as the butt goes closer to the heels at the back. Release the toes if you want to come deeper into this stretch for your wrists. Just breathing. If you want to come in Simhasana or lion's pose, breathe in, and as you breathe out, open the mouth, let the tongue come out. You can look at your third eye or just look up if you can. So I'll show you from this angle. So pointing the toes towards your feet. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, bringing the tongue out. And looking to your third eye, so in between your eyebrows. And then closing the mouth and releasing. And then when you're ready, just breathe out into a child's pose. Take a moment here. Maybe a little bit of movement from side to side, noticing the sensations in your hips as you do so. Breathe in, and let's extend the chest over our right leg back to the center as you breathe in again, and breathing out to the other side. Breathing in back to the center, breathing out into your child's pose. Now let's strike back and forwards into cat and cow variation, creating mobility for our spine. You can go as fast or as slow as it feels good. Breathing in when you come forwards into your cow, and breathing out when you curl into your cat. And then striking cobra variation if you want to. Coming deeper with your chest if it feels good, or staying up higher. Breathing in and breathing out. Strong legs if you're doing your upward facing dog variation. Squeezing the butt a bit here too. Breathing out to your child's pose. Tucking the toes. And let's come into a tabletop position. Shoulders on top of the wrists, hips on top of the knees. Keep your toes tucked in. And then just walk the knees a little bit closer so they're more in line with the belly button. Let's find the neutral spine by doing cat and cow, and then finding the middle. Tucking the belly button in. And now just lift the knees just enough to slide a piece of paper. Then try to lift one hand, lifting the shoulder, so keeping the arms straight. Lifting hand just a little bit. And then touching down, try the other side. So remember not bending the elbow here. How does this feel? If it feels okay, try to lift one foot. And then touch down, lifting the other foot. And then see if you can do contralateral limb lifting, lifting one hand and the opposite foot at the same time. Holding strong, and maybe trying the other side simultaneously. and touching down, activating our system for the day. A little bit of release here in one direction and the other. Now let's activate our core. Tuck the toes at the back and try to see if you can bring one knee to the outside of the elbow and then back with the knees off the mat. But if it's too hard, it's okay to leave the knees on the mat, no problem. Breathing in and breathing out as you crunch and bring the knee to the elbow. So you can bring the knees to the floor. If it is too much, if you want more power, especially on your core here, lifting the knees. And you can make it even more dynamic with a little bit of a jumpy. Really strong here. Activating our core, our legs, our shoulders. Dropping the knees, returning to our child's pose as we breathe out. Bring the hands to the back, releasing that tension on the palms of the hands. So bring the palms up, squeeze the hands and let go, feeling the release. And when you're ready, slowly press the hands on the floor, bring them under the shoulders, tuck the toes at the back, and come into a downwards facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So breathe in, breathe out. You can bend more the knees here if you need to. Check your alignment. Hands shoulder distance apart, feet hip distance apart. You're looking at your knees or at your navel. Bending those knees more if you need to. If your hamstrings haven't awakened yet. And then bending one leg at a time. Walking our dog. Feeling the nice stretch at the back of the legs as you do so. Just breathing in and out, Ujjayi breathing, constricting the back of the throat. Ocean breathing, sounding like the ocean. Breathe in and lift your right leg into a three-legged dog. Closed hips, so toes are pointing to the floor. The foot is flexed. And then bend the knee and touch down. Let's change sides. Breathe in. Waking up our legs, three-legged dog. Bend the knee and release. And this time we can have it with open hips, so you're pointing the toes and you're externally rotating the hip as much as you feel like. Bend the knee and bring it back down so we can go on the other side. So left leg rises, pointing those toes, just feeling the difference of one leg to the other. Usually it's always easier on one side than the other. Bringing our right foot outside of the hand into a low lunge. Keep the toes tucked at the back, and let's bring some circular moves here into our hips. Start waking up our hips. Rotating, circling into one direction and then the other. How does this feel? Staying away from any painful range. And then let's have a lovely twist here. Bring your right hand to the back so you can twist to the back, opening the chest. And then return your hand to the floor, circle the right leg back, and let's change sides. Left foot outside the hand. Let gravity take your hip down here for a moment, and then let's circle here in one direction the hips, and then the other one. Noticing again the sensations on this side comparing to the other, and staying away from any painful range. And our lovely twist. Left hand can stay on the knee or can reach the arm and the hand to the back. Press the floor away with your right hand. so you're not sinking there, and then release the hand back into your child's pose as you breathe out. Breathe in and come into a downward facing dog for a moment. And then we're going to activate our core, so you can drop the knees if you need to. Going to come into a plank, protracting the shoulder blades, so we're curving our upper back. Really strong, shoulders on top of the wrists. You can drop the knees if it's too much, and then bringing the wave to the back as we press through the hands. So bringing the wave forwards, looking down at the mat. So you're keeping your neck straight here too. And then as you breathe out, return to your downward facing dog. This time we go into our curve, and then we're going to drop the knees. Then we're going to start lowering the hips and raising our chin up to the sky, and then tucking the chin, pushing the wave back into a downward facing dog. Breathing in, protracting those shoulder blades, moving forwards into that plank, letting the hips fall, dropping the knees, slowly in control, pushing the floor away, looking up, and then tucking the chin, bringing the wave back into your downward facing dog. Breathing in, reaching, maybe coming a little bit deeper now if you want to, releasing the feet at the back. How does this feel? And this time, let's come into all the way down to a cobra, legs together, feet together. And let's just activate now the muscles in our lower back by bringing the chest closer to the floor and then up. As we breathe in and out, elbows keep working towards each other, squeezing the butt, keeping the neck straight. Just breathing out and breathing in as you lift, breathing out as you lower. Breathing in, and then how does it feel now to bring the arms to the back and lifting the legs and the feet into a locust pose, Salabhasana. Releasing the arms down and lay your head onto your hands, just a little bit of wobbling the body here from one side to the other, just relaxing. Now reaching to your right foot, trying to bring the heel close to the butt. Relaxing your forehead down. And if you can, and if you want, reach both feet and just try to bring those heels close to the butt. Do a frog pose here. Staying away from painful ranges, especially on your knees. Lifting the chest here if it feels good. Bring your hands under the shoulders and push yourself back into a child's pose again as you breathe out. Breathe in and come into a tabletop, shoulders on top of the wrists and the hips on top of the knees. Let's curve our back and try to bring the forehead close to the floor. And then just try to see if you can keep the hips on top of the knees and just bring your forehead closer to your knees so you could grab your heels at the back into a rabbit pose. So trying to bring the butt forward, so you try to keep those hips as much as you can on top of your knees. Just take a few breaths here and then release into your child's pose again. As you breathe in, turn around and come into Malasana or a squat. So you can stay a bit higher here, like a sumo squat if you prefer, and then have a lovely twist. Press your right elbow on your knee and bring your left hand to the back and then the other way around. Or you can just come even lower into your Malasana, yogi squat. If you can bring both heels down comfortably on the floor and then do your twist from here. So pressing the elbow on the inside of the knee and bringing your right hand to the sky, creating this beautiful straight line. and then breathing in and breathing out to the other side. Right elbow pressing on the inside of the right knee, left hand extending to the back, keeping it on the same plane of motion, so on the same line. Bring both hands down, and let's extend your left leg and point the toes to the ceiling. Let's change sides, extending now your right leg. And you can come as deep as you want, or you can stay higher. You can use your hands on the floor for balance, or bring the hands together in Anjali Mudra. Bring your hands to the floor, and let's extend again our left leg, but this time we're going to sit bones down, and we're going to open our twist here. So pressing the right triceps in the inside of the leg, and let's change sides. So gently sit yourself and deepen this stretch here, this twist. How does this feel? Bringing the hands down, and let's bring the toes pointing to the big side of the mat, to the front, and keep the distance about of one leg in between your feet, and then try to bring the toes slightly inwards and extend here the spine, keeping the shoulders on top of the wrists. And as you breathe out, try to bring the forehead to the mat. You can have the hands either in line with the arches of the feet or further to the back, but try to keep the elbows closed, so with a 90-degree angle and working towards each other. So really engaging our legs here. Breathe in, extend again, and breathe out, maybe coming a little bit deeper if it feels good. And now breathe in again, and let's curve again the top of our back, and let's walk the hands to our left leg. As you breathe out, bring the chest close to your thigh and try to come as deep as you can into your leg. Breathe in, walk the hands to the other leg, to your right leg, and as you breathe out, chest first to the thigh. Back to the center as you breathe in. Bend the knees, bring the hands to the waist, and bend the knees deeply and come up. Breathe in and breathing out. Facing your left side, come into your knees, so the knees are under the hips. Bring your hands to your lower back, the fingers pointing down, and open the chest looking up. You can tuck the toes, try to keep the feet parallel, and then maybe extending one arm as you breathe in. And then if you want to, the other, breathe in and circling it back to your lower back. If you want more, you can bring one hand to your heel and then the other. So your hands are pressing on your heels, and you can come lower into your camel pose. Opening the chest, engaging the neck muscles, and then releasing the hands back to your lower back and back to a child's pose as you breathe out. A little bit of movement again, just feeling good. And then when you're ready, breathe in and sit down, so you can come into a laying position with your back on the mat. Line up your back with your neck and your head. Feet hip distance apart. Bring your right ankle to your left knee. Bring your right hand inside the hole and grab your left knee from the outside, preferably, or the inside if you need to, and gently press the leg down, so you're bringing the legs close to your chest. Let's change sides. So flex the foot and then breathe in and breathe out, bringing the knees close to the chest. A lovely hip opening here. Bring the knees together and then just let them fall to the front as you look to the back. Just relaxing, trying to keep both shoulders grounded on the floor if you can. If it's too much pressure, bring a pillow in between your legs and then just breathe in and breathe out, changing sides. Noticing the release in your lower back, the nice twist, the whole of your spine. Breathe in, bring the knees back to the center, bring the knees hip distance apart. Press through the feet and lifting the hips, let's just squeeze the butt with your breath. So bringing the weight here into your shoulders, so you're not using your cervical spine here. Extending the arms strong, palms down on the floor, so you're nice and supported as you squeeze your butt up and down. Noticing the workout on your legs here, and then gently releasing vertebra by vertebra. Extending the legs, palms to the ceiling, pinky toes towards the floor. Tuck the chin a little bit so you have a straight neck, and just stay for your Shavasana. A few moments just of relaxation, not too long because it's a morning flow and we want to feel energetic. When you're ready, just come and sit down in a comfortable position, maybe cross-legged. Bring the palms of the hands up and connect your indexes with your thumbs. Close your eyes for a moment and again, just connect again with your breath. Feeling the heat of your body, the energy you've generated during this class. And let's use our breathing to feel more energized. So we're going to breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, and hold for 4. That's all we're going to be doing. Antara Kumbhaka Pranayama. So let's breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, and hold for 4. Breathe in, hold, breathe out, and hold. So if you think 4 is too much for you, you can do counts of 2. The important thing is that you're breathing in, then pausing a little bit, then breathe out and pause again before you breathe in again. This breathing will stimulate your sympathetic nervous system so you feel more energized, which is perfect for a morning flow. Just breathing in, holding, breathing out, and holding. And then after that, you can just breathe naturally in and out through your nose. And then breathe the arms all the way up. Bring the hands together, interlock the fingers, palms all the way up to the ceiling. A lovely stretch here. And a little bit of movement to the sides. And to the back and to the front. Lovely stretches here. Feeling your body really warm, revitalized, and feeling ready for your day ahead. Namaste. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this flow, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and to turn on your notifications bell so you get notified of my new videos. And follow me on social media, lucia.yoflow.